All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Los Chingones podcast with your host, Ray Gonzalez. And today, we had a pretty interesting episode. We got Frank here from Winners Bingo, Stockton. And I got my co-host today, Frankie. Number 2, Frankie. BTS, yes.
Frank and Frank.
You guys seen him last podcast. Interesting, man. He got Oscar fired. Now he's in here. Oscar just couldn't make it today. Oscar couldn't make it today, but we're here today to just talk a little bit about bingo, talk a little bit about Frank and how he got his business going. And when he's one of my clients here at Savage Elite Fitness. We've been training for like a month already, a little over a month. And little by little we start conversating, and he tells me he owns a bingo spot. And to me, I'm thinking like bingo, like I'm not big on gambling, things like that, but just to me, I was just like, man, bingo, like I just usually think like it's like a old people thing, and nothing against that, but it's just that's just a normal thought because it's just the stereotype of the bingo. And then he starts telling me like, nah, like this is something that the younger generation's getting into. It's kind of popping right now. So I'm like, damn, tell me more. And he starts breaking it down. I'm like, man, it's kind of an interesting topic to really bring in and talk about on the podcast. So here we are now. And Frank, let us know, man, a little about yourself, man, who you are. Let the people know, man.
My name is Frank Lopez from here in French Camp, Stockton area.
we got the crowd.
So I've been doing bingo for about 22 years. Started from the bottom, kind of moved myself up. And my dad actually owned a nonprofit for a while. So we first got started from a nonprofit, and then we kind of moved into owning a bingo hall as a for-profit. That's kind of how we started.
Okay. So you've been involved with that because of your father there?
Yes.
The whole time around. Okay. So do you know how your dad got into that himself?
Yeah, so he used to run group homes for the state, and there was no funding for the group homes. So how it was, he started doing the bingo to bring some profits in to kind of help out the kids at the group homes. That's how it all first started, because the state would never really give no money for the group homes, so they had to kind of raise their own. That's how it all first started.
Okay.
And I just feel like there's like a lot of ways that you could do that. So what made him specifically choose like, all right, I'm gonna do bingo?
Honestly, I don't know. He just
did he play bingo before? Is it something maybe he liked to do?
No, he never played bingo. He was kind of more of a go-getter, kind of finding ways of doing what he needed to do. So that's kind of probably how it came about.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you grew up in that, you got involved with that, and then you got involved with the business as well.
So when I was younger, he used to always want us to come down and help, but I mean, really didn't want to come out and help. So we used to come and do it for him, and then it kind of progressed on us, and I left for a while, then I came back. That's how it all started.
Okay. Now, prior to bingo yourself, what were you doing before that? Like before you said, I'm going to do this, full time, and what were you doing prior to that? Let us know a little bit about yourself and, maybe a little background before we get into where we're at now in the business.
So I had jobs, in and out jobs, they used to come and go, but I was kind of involved in some bad part of my life where it was just, I was going the wrong path. So bingo kind of helped me out, straighten my life out at the same time also. So, I mean, that's how it all came.
Okay. For sure. Now, how did the Winners Bingo come about? Like, 'cause it's here in Stockton, California, right? So how did that kind of became, or like, how has it become what it is now? Because obviously, like I see your TikTok you guys got going. I know you say your daughter kind of runs that, and you guys got a big following on there, like 130K or something like that. And I mean, it takes a lot for people to really follow something that's interesting. So let us know what stands out from your bingo hall to other bingo halls.
And what year did you guys actually start? Like as far as Winners Bingo.
So we used to be at a hall, West Lane Bingo Hall. We were a nonprofit. So I was solely a nonprofit. I managed the session there, and it was kind of hard because it's nonprofit. You're not making no money for yourself. You know what I mean? So we had the idea of trying to go partners with the last person that owned that hall, which they didn't want to go partners with us. So we kind of went out and looked for our own. That's when we found the fairgrounds. The Selma County Fairgrounds actually came to us, and so we kind of took a look at it. My dad just said no. So I bring him down and said, look, you need to come look at it. He's seen it. He's seen the idea of it, and we went for it.
Was he against? Was he like no because you were trying to go to profitable, or he was just no against the location?
He was no against the location.
Oh, okay.
That was the main thing for him.
What was wrong with the location at the time that he thought wasn't right? Do you know?
It was more so him being on the phone with me and me trying to explain to him. He's never been there though, and I was actually at the place when I was calling him, and he just didn't see it as I seen it.
He just had to be there.
Oh, okay.
See it.
Yeah.
So then when he did see it,
He liked it.
he was like, "This is it."
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. And how big is the bingo hall that you guys are at? I know you said it's in the fairgrounds.
Yeah, right now we fit. When we first started, it was only one little L shape they gave us at first, and we could probably cram maybe 200 people at that time. But then we started getting a little more bigger, so they gave us a little more of an area. Now we fit about 400 people now.
So there's 400 people playing at one time.
Oh yeah. So I've had an event where I had to move. I had to move locations at the fairgrounds, but to a different building because of that's when my daughter started getting involved, and she had a TikTok thing, and we knew we were gonna have a big crowd. So I moved locations to a different building. We sold out, I think, at 755 people, and that was like 5 hours before we even started. So
Now, when you guys started your bingo hall, like obviously you guys were already known. Did you guys already have people coming in right off the bat? Like, how do you get? Because I mean, it takes a lot for you to just get 400 people to come in and play bingo, at a time. Like, how do you guys get your marketing out there? Obviously, prior to the TikTok going, or did all this happen after TikTok, or
Was it like a word of mouth thing?
it was more so a word of mouth. We moved over to Winners Building to the Winners. We made Winners in 2015, the very end of 2015. Okay. So when we came over, the first night we opened up, we sold out. But we had a following already from the other hall we were at before, so they kind of just came over, and that's when we were kind of battling against that hall because we left that hall and then we were kind of battling with them at the same time.
Yeah.
And every nonprofit group that was at the West Lane Bingo Hall that we used to be at, they actually came over and moved with us also, except for one group. They stayed. They closed business after that, but yeah.
Okay. So let's say someone wants to open a bingo hall. How does that work? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that, like, from the business standpoint? Like, how do you manage that, or how does someone start that?
He said, "Don't do it. We the only ones."
Well, it's funny you bring that up because I've had people that work for me and thought it was easy to go open, and they're failing.
You could tell them the formula, but it's not. It's for them to put in the work.
It's a lot more hard work.
Oh yeah, for sure. I could tell you how to open a gym. I could tell you how to be this, but it's not just gonna happen.
People think you just open your doors and you're ready to go.
I could give you the recipe. That don't mean it's gonna taste the same.
So I used to, when we first opened up, I literally worked 16 hours a day, that's 7 days a week, at least 16 hours a day, and that's when I went home, and but I mean that was 7 days a week for at least 3 years straight. It was a lot.
Oh yeah.
What are the type of barriers as far as like legality? Like, what type of permits do you need and stuff, like through the city?
That's the key. It's where I'm at right now. I'm on state property, so that's actually an advantage for us. So our laws are a little different. If you're on city property, you have to go out and you have to get permits for every session, and you can only run one session per week. You can only pay a certain amount of money from the city. When we moved over to the state property, it's one organization could run 20 sessions a week, and their payouts are double than the city regulations.
Yeah.
So it was kind of more of an advantage, and it was a good move for us.
Yeah.
So you're able to pay out a lot more money out to the winners.
Yes.
Based off of the location you're in right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Now, tell us a little bit about how bingo is played, because I'm someone that's never really played. I mean, we've all heard that, we've all heard what bingo. We all know what bingo is without actually knowing what bingo is. At least myself.
I'm interested in like the structure of it. Like, so you say you got like 400 people playing at one time. Like,
how do you manage that?
Is there only one winner? Is there multiple winners? What are the odds of winning?
I'll give you an example. So I'll give you Sundays, for example. Sunday is an $85 buy-in. That includes 2 of each game for everybody. And they get all the payouts are paying $2,500. Yeah, it's a little different. It went a little different.
So you put $85 and your chances are to win $2,500.
Yes. Now you can have a split, or you can win by yourself.
And now you can play multiple games. So like, I want to buy 5 of those games.
You can buy more as you want.
So when that 25, so somebody, bingo, that's $2,500 for them.
Yeah.
But that's only one person could win per game out of 400.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Or you could do a split. Say if 4 people bingo on the same number, then it's a split. So you split that $2,500 4 ways.
Okay.
But the more so that what everybody likes, that we're kind of known for, is the pull tabs. We sell a lot of side games. So the pull tabs are just different games like a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
But it's pull offs, and then they call the numbers and they play those. So those are what everybody likes right now.
Okay.
Pool tabs.
It's cheaper buying.
You don't have to buy. You can buy as much as you want, as little as you want. You can buy one. You can buy 300.
Okay.
It's kind of up to you.
Like them.
Yep.
How much are those pool tabs?
They pay. You mean as far as
Like if someone wants to get them, what do you say they're
usually $1 each.
$1 each?
Yeah,
Okay.
And the payouts could be as high as
$500, $750, $11.99, $2,398.
That's why people like them.
I have 5 card strips that pay $5,000 too.
What's the most that somebody has bought? Like, and just like
At one setting?
Yeah.
I think it was $720.
Let me get 720 tabs
of just one game.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Now of multiple games, a little more, but of just one game, I've seen somebody buy $720 worth of just that one game.
God damn.
But how do you play bingo? Let's say I buy the basic bingo game that you have. Like I would like look at it and be like, wait, what do I do? Is like just explain that to us. Because like I said, I'm sure people are probably like, I know how to play bingo. What this guy talking about? But I'm sure there's someone out there that probably like, well, how do you play that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so how do you actually play? Say you have the card in front of you. What is the moves? What do you do?
It depends on which day you go. So some days we have machines, which is very easy. A machine is just a little pop-up machine, and you press enter, and it does everything for you. That's the easiest way to go.
So it's just like random.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like basic by luck. Like
Yeah. And then they have the papers. Papers are pretty easy. You just, there's BINGO, and then column 1's 1 through 15. Column I is 16 through 30, ends through 31 to 45. You just go down and whatever the pattern is. The pattern is usually an easy pattern, like a straight line or two.
So you got to like
lines.
mark, like circle a number.
You just daub them with the dauber.
And then based off that, it's like the number that's up on the board. Maybe the board is what's okay.
And then the newest thing right now is what's going on is the strips. They're 5-card strips, and they're the newer thing because that's how you could pay more money because it has individual squares. So you could pay $500 in this square, $500 in this square, $500 in this square, and that's how you pay $2,500. And those are something that everybody's going crazy for right now.
Okay. Damn. So what's different in your hall? Would you say compared to other halls? Because there's multiple halls around. What do you think stands out your hall from the crowds? Like, as far as like, what do you guys have there? Like amenities and things like that for people to want to come in and hang out. Obviously, it's not just go in, play bingo, and leave. Like, there's obviously things there's a vibe to the area that makes people come back every time.
I think the vibe is more so it's a family. We treat all of our customers like a family. Like we call ourselves the bingo family. So every customer that comes in, we want them to be part of our family. So it's kind of like treat them like your family.
Okay. And are you in there kind of greeting people a lot throughout the times of the days and stuff like that?
Yeah, you guys got like a lot of regulars.
Yeah, everyday regulars.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we get a lot of regulars.
You think you have more regulars than one-offs? Like you have more regulars than people that just show up and just never come back?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
we have 7 days a week regulars. They come 7 days a week.
Damn, imagine going to bingo hall 7 days a week.
How long does a game last? So you said on a Sunday I pay $85, get 2 games. How long does like one game last?
Just one game?
Yeah. Or how long do those two?
The whole session?
How long will those two?
The $85 buy-in last?
Yeah. How long will I be there if I come in on a Sunday?
So we start at 5. We're usually done about 10:30, 11.
5
a.m. PM?
5 p.m. and done about 10:30, 11.
Oh, it takes that long, 5 hours to go through the whole
whole
game?
program. So, no, it ain't one game though, because you get 2 cards for each game on the program.
Okay.
Oh, 2 cards for each game.
Yeah, it ain't just the one game you're playing.
But let's say I was to win after those 5 hours, I would win $2,500 if I won.
If you win the $2,500 game, yes.
Okay.
What's
So-
the
Go ahead, bro.
if you could say, what's the most money one person, like a single person, has won that you've seen at your hall?
$14,000. Yeah,
Easy.
$14,000.
Let's go win real quick. Let's go win real quick. Nice, man. And so going back to, like I said, the amenities that you offer in your, I know you say you got the family vibe, but what does a bingo hall have? I know you're not just playing games. There has to be, drinks, food. I mean, what do you have?
We have a full kitchen, and we are the only bingo hall in California legally that has a bar in their bingo hall.
Oh shit!
All in
We have a full
California?
bar. Yep.
Sure. How'd you get access to that?
State property.
Okay, is it because okay? Yep. So because of state property, you're able to have a legal bar.
Need the ABC license still, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So what kind of, you guys sip all types of drinks there?
All full bar. All types.
Nice.
Shots, cocktails,
everything.
Lit.
Little mixtures.
Palomas, Moscow mules.
Yep.
Okay, we coming.
You ever get crazy in there? People just get drunk and.
Is there a limit to how much people can buy? Or is just whatever?
Well, the bartender will cut them off just like a regular bar.
Oh, okay.
If they see their little intoxicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have horse racing in that building also. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we have horse racing going on also. So it's satellite horse racing.
Okay.
Which is a little interesting.
Now the horse racing in the building, that's part of your building. Like is it like subleasing to someone else, or is that your thing?
We kind of share the building, and it's not ran by me. It's ran by the state.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like It's a good little thing though, because
but it's still kind of like in a way, even though it's not yours, it's part of your business.
Yes.
It's in the same area, so it kind of networks in a way.
We all interact together.
Yeah, exactly. They might be like, oh, I want to go try some bingo.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of horse racers that never played bingo before, and now they're playing bingo.
Okay.
I got bingo players that never bet on horses, now they're betting horses.
So they're all happy with that. They're like, hey, we're good. Network, cross network. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So how much of like I guess like a younger generation and like a younger demographic are you seeing coming into your hall nowadays?
A lot. Lately, we probably have about, I'll say 60%. 60% is 30 years old and younger.
Oh shit.
That's.
And when did that? I mean, because you've been.
When did that start?
Yeah, I'll say you've been having this hall for how long? How long you been in the hall? You said again.
This hall, Wintersboro Hall, we've been there for 7 years. Coming up 7 years.
Now, was it always like that from the beginning, or do you saw the trend changing when?
I would say during the pandemic.
And you think that's the reason why people just looked for something else to do, or do you think it's just? And do you think is that just your hall? Is it everywhere around?
I think it's everywhere around. I think it's more so our hall though. I think that's the hall that's getting a little more of the younger generation.
Yeah,
but we kind of push for the young generation. So
you think that happened through TikTok? I know you say your daughter kind of helps run that.
Yeah,
and she's how old is your daughter?
She is 24 years old.
Okay, so she's obviously in that younger crowd, and she's promoting it and making it look the part to where like the younger crowd's like, oh, let me check this out.
Yeah, she sees what's going on like with the trendy generation, so she knows how to pretty much work around that and make it beneficial for the business.
So how it is with the TikTok is we were the first hall to open up outside of full casino during the pandemic. I went and got tents, and we were selling out. I mean, we used to have a crowd down Charterway, if you're familiar with Stockton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down Charterway at 6 a.m. I mean, jam. And the cops come over and see what was going on. We didn't start to bingo till 5 o'clock that night. But we were having so many people come in, it was just off the hook. My daughter used to always say, let me do TikTok. I used to tell her, no, get to work.
Yeah.
And finally, I let her do it one time. This is when we came back inside, and she just blew up. The difference is
how many people? Oh, I'm sorry, not to
go ahead.
How many people come in? How many people come into your hall like, oh, we seen this on TikTok?
We have at least 50 people fly in from out of state a month.
Oh shit!
Off the TikTok. So it's been thriving.
Dope.
So anybody out there, you hear the man here. TikTok. I know a lot of people are against social media, and obviously, like even you were against it, but you see the benefits of it. How it has helped your business.
Man, I've been telling everybody I know with some type of business or music or some type of entertainment going on, hop on TikTok, bro.
You got to.
TikTok is a lick.
It's literally free marketing. Whether it's Instagram or TikTok, whatever, social media is going to benefit you. Obviously, right now TikTok's like a little bit easier to blow. Like TikTok, I started using my TikTok earlier this year, and that shit's already been past my Instagram followers.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Same with mine.
So like, but then the thing is, you convert your TikTok followers into Instagram followers by just having your Instagram thing there, and they could just check you out and follow you. So it kind of helps out both ways. But I mean, if you're a business owner, if you're, anybody, content creator, whatever you are, if you're really trying to promote something, push something out, I mean, it ain't like the old times now. Think about it, before social media, what did you have to do? Like send out a mail? Like how many people can you mail out papers? You got to pay for that, go out, mail it out, do all that shit. Or you have to go door to door, drop a little note, hoping you can reach 50 homes, and then hopefully they call you.
You got to rub
elbows. Yeah, like you got to try to like push it out on people. And it's like, damn, like sometimes I think about that. I'm like, we got so much power in our hands now that people don't even use it. Like I tell a lot of these younger people, like, oh, I'm trying to do this, but it's not working. Like, dude, push yourself out on Instagram, push yourself on social media, make content. You don't have to have a fancy camera. Just use what you have in your hand, promote it, and eventually you build up to that. But give the information that you need out at some point. And some people might get motivated, like, oh, well, I'm only getting a few likes, or who gives a fuck? Fuck the likes, fuck the followers, just keep promoting yourself, keep using the hashtags, keep doing things, push the creativity that you have based off your business or whatever you're using. And at some point, you're going to get someone to reach out and help you out. So it's like, you would be stupid not to use social media. Cause I've heard people say, I don't use social media. I don't need it, blah, blah. I'm like, well, you're fucking up. Yeah. Like, you're fucking up by not using it. It's literally like the best thing you can do. If you can get a bigger audience to seeing what you're selling or what you're giving out.
It's free advertisement.
It's free advertisement. Like, who does a business doesn't want more people, more eyes on you to see what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing too, is what I would say is just be yourself. My daughter is, I'm not a social person, media person at all, but she's just herself on TikTok, and they love it. They love personalities, and that's just what evolved. Exactly.
So your daughter obviously must have a great personality on the TikTok for your business, and that's why it's kind of thrives. Because
we were just talking about this earlier, but I was aware, but not aware to your business through Bingo Nurse Allie, because I've been following her for a minute, and I had no idea that probably a lot of the TikToks I've seen of her, she was playing at your hall. Yeah. We
have a lot of influencers that came out. There's Bingo Nurse Allie.
Yeah.
There's the Bay Area Babes. They come out. There's I Am Cash Official. There's a Bingo Addict. There's Kathy R. They all come out, and they're big bingo influencers that are just regular bingo players that are just trying to do a movement, I guess.
And that's crazy. Like you say, I was going to ask you that, like, because you were saying these influencers, and I was going to ask, well, what kind of influencers? Just like normal people that are just playing bingo, but then you said bingo influencers. So there's actually, there's YouTube.
I haven't even heard of that.
There's like YouTube influencers that promote makeup. There's, influencers that promote fitness. There's influencers for everything. So now obviously it's like, damn, there's this new trend of bingo influencers that like I haven't heard of from, but I'm sure millions of other people have heard of. And again, they're coming to you for a reason. They're coming to your hall for a reason. You say they come out, like a couple of times here and there throughout the year?
Yeah, I mean, we just had Nurse Allie drive over, I think it was last week. She came and surprised us, but she drove down from L.A., straight from L.A.
Didn't even tell you guys or nothing.
Nope, just walked in.
Surprised us.
That's tight. I think she just likes the atmosphere. A lot of people like the atmosphere there, like a family vibe.
And that's cool, too, because it's like a genuine relationship there, too. It's like real genuine. It wasn't like, it's not a business move. It wasn't paid for, nothing. Like, she's just not advertising, but she's supporting your business just off of she genuinely likes it.
But at the same time, with her being there, she is kind of helping us all.
Yeah,
too.
It helps you guys too because she has such a big audience.
Yeah, because once someone walks in your business that first time, it's all it takes is that one time for them to fall in love with the business or to fall how to be like, this is not for me. Yeah. They'll come in, they'll hang out, they'll do a thing, and then they're in, and they'll come back, or they're out, they won't come back.
That's the thing is some people come in and it ain't for them, and that's okay. We're not trying to push it on them. If it's for them, it's for them. If it ain't, it ain't. Maybe another bingo hall's for them.
Yeah,
maybe it ain't us.
And that's good. And that's good that you're saying that, because you can't worry about the people that don't want to support you. Like, just worry about the people that come in and actually support you. Like you said, there's always going to be something for someone else. But when the people come in that support you, that's who you got to care for, and don't worry about like, damn, like why did that person leave? Like don't worry about that. I know sometimes like me as a business owner I had a hard time back then thinking like, why did this person leave? And like I would analyze the situation of like, what could I have done better? Like, but then at the end of time, it's like in reality, it's just sometimes it's just nothing that you did wrong. Or sometimes that person just that wasn't for them and they had to do something else. And that other facility is probably better for them. And that's good. And that's okay. You got to as long as you could accept that, you'll be focused on the people that are supporting you and thriving off that.
Yeah.
Would you consider bingo gambling, or is it a different type of gambling?
It's actually a sweepstakes because...
Oh, it's a sweepstakes. So it's not gambling.
So
X out the gambling.
Some will call it gambling, but the legal term, it's sweepstakes. So let me give you a little background on bingo. Bingo is a nonprofit. It's run by nonprofits. Yeah. And just to give you a little idea, there's a group.
You're talking about bingo in general as bingo a whole? In general. Okay.
Yeah, except if you go to the casinos, their bingo is a for-profit. But our little local bingo halls, it's a nonprofit. And there's one of our groups at the Winners Bingo is PDL Youth Foundation. They donated $362,000 last year to our community. So that's a big thing with youth. So we sponsor a lot of the youth. Like there's Edison High School, all their football. We do all the football, all the pot winners. We do all those breast cancer winners. We do it every month. We did $20,000 check for them every October. So I mean, we put a lot back into the community also.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I was asking in comparison to gambling because have you ever seen somebody that's just not winning and they're just coming too much and they're just losing it?
Oh yeah.
You got the people that are addicted.
Those people that are just chasing the win and they're just there 7 days a week, the full entire session.
That's the part of
losing sleep.
Yeah. So we do get that, you know.
That's X.
So we do get that, and it's we're always blamed for it, you know. So if they're not winning, automatically they're gonna blame us. Like it just comes with the territory.
Yeah.
And it's you get that. You do get that. You actually get a lot.
Okay.
So they actually blame you, like, oh, it's your fault we're not winning. And it's like, wait, what the?
There's just people that ain't got it.
Like, man, like,
I'm like, and the funny thing is that they'll come in and be like, I ain't won here in 2 months. I said, and I'll look at them like,
what's that got to do with
yeah,
me?
like,
I'll be like, I paid you out like a week ago.
Yeah,
but that was nothing. It was like $2,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, it's not, I mean, I don't know. It's not, I don't think, I mean, how is that your fault that you're not winning? Is they think you're scamming him on the fucking cards? You something like.
Everybody thinks that in gambling, bingo itself. So, I mean, yeah. Any hall you go to.
They think it's like a setup or like something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So if I can ask this question, what's some.
Frank, what we asking, Frank? Frank, what you asking, Frank?
I'm not asking revenue. What's the most money you guys have paid out in a year, in a single year?
In a single year?
IRS watching.
Nah. He just a ballpark, just kind of a.
So I'll give you a ballpark of one organization there. They run 5 sessions there, the PDL Youth Foundation. Last year, I want to say they paid out over $20 million. But you got to remember this though.
Hey, baby, get off them TV dinners and come fuck with the winners.
but you got to remember this.
He was waiting for that one. He was like, I got to use it.
One thing about our winners is that we could do what other halls do, and we could be like, we're going to charge you this high price and give you a low payout. Yeah, but we've never done that. As you see, we pay the biggest payouts in California because we want to give back. At the end of the day, it's a nonprofit. The money's gonna come in regardless to feed out to the nonprofits. But if we give, because these are our customers and our family at the same time, so we want to give them as much as we can. So we always, like this New Year's Eve. On New Year's Eve, we're gonna be doing $44,000 in payouts. That's just regular bingo payouts, nothing else. We'll probably be paying out over $200,000 that day.
Shit, I might be
just
there.
them bingo payouts. Yeah.
Damn. So like I said, going back to the community thing, I know we were just talking about like you do a lot of things for the community. I know we were talking in one of our training sessions about how you do a yearly, like kind of a Toys for, I don't want to say Toys for Tots, but in a way like that same kind of concept that you do for the kids in Stockton, or okay,
it's all around in the Valley area. I mean, we're not gonna say you can't come because you're not.
No,
from Stockton.
yeah. But how does that work? And you said you've been doing it for how long with that exact thing? Because that's happening soon, right? To the tomorrow? Is it tomorrow?
It's going to be on Thursday the 22nd.
Oh, okay. So next, okay. So tell us a little bit about that. Yeah,
we've been doing it for about 5 years now. We first started out, we were taking donations to give. You know, we'd have kids come down and get the toys. We started with just donations, and we would spend like $2,000. The last 3 years, last year, to give you an example, we spent $22,000. We went to Walmart. We spent $22,000 on toys. Bring them all in. And how we did it was we set the toys up and we let the kids walk through and pick out their own toy, not the parents, because the first year we did it, we would literally have the kids walking through and let them pick their own stuff, but the parents would be on the outside yelling at them what to get because they've seen that something's more expensive. But if the kid wants a $5 toy and that's what they want, don't get the $50 toy because that's what they want.
That's dope. So, I like that.
So that's how we do it now. So we take them in the room without the parents. They pick their toy. They come back out. We give them pizza, hot chocolate, refreshments. This year, we're going tomorrow morning. We're going to be spending $32,000 at Walmart tomorrow. So we'll be doing all our shopping tomorrow and then having our event on Thursday.
Hey, if y'all don't go to Walmart tomorrow, y'all,
be closed out.
Ain't gonna be nothing left.
So when we come to Walmart usually shuts down a couple lines, and then they have their team with us, and we have about 40 people there with shopping carts, and we just go through and just start throwing stuff in the carts. So I mean,
dope.
It's fun. It's it makes you feel good when you're out doing that. So
yeah,
Like, you're helping people out, man. Anytime you're doing a good deed, man, it just feels right. You know what I'm saying? You're helping out someone. You just, especially when you're there and they're picking up their toy, whatever it is. These kids, I mean, their faces, it's just like, man, I was able to give them something, help them out, man.
And there's so much need, especially in Stockton. You know, there's another event we do every year. This last one we just did, it was in I think it was June. We do back to school for kids.
Yeah.
But how we do it is we do it a little differently. We have a bingo game for the kids. So the kids come in, they sit down, they get paper, they actually play bingo. Every kid will walk out with a backpack and school supplies, no matter what. But the kids that win the bingo, they actually get tablets.
Oh, shit.
And this last one I did a PS5 also for one of the kids.
Imagine.
And one of the kids that won the PS5, he's actually from a group home.
Okay.
Which was great, you know. Yeah. The only problem we had this last year is that we had so many kids outside that we didn't get to let everybody come inside because, unfortunately, we have we can only let a certain amount of people. Which we had
like
400.
Capacity.
We had 485 kids inside playing bingo.
Damn.
But we had another 200 kids outside that couldn't come in because of capacity, which was it was wrong. But all the kids still got backpacks that were outside also, so that was a good thing.
So how do you guys promote that? Because obviously, for people to know that, 485 kids, like that had to get pushed out through a bigger networking. I mean, was that on the news? You guys get the news going on with that, or
we're on the news a lot. The news it comes to our events. They're always recording everything. We're always on the I think it's 40 Fox 40.
Okay.
But through there, and then we 209 Times picked us up and started posting our stuff too. We didn't even know they did, and then they came out. Yeah,
209 Times actually is really good for promotion, especially like local.
Yeah,
I've noticed that too. They've helped like a lot of different businesses like thrive and just bring more awareness to them.
Cool. So I know we had talked also prior that you did have another bingo hall at the time. You were trying to run another one, and just break it down of how the struggles of having a second bingo hall, and then maybe the future. Like, are you planning on opening more?
At one time, we had a bingo hall in Pleasanton. It was my sister was running it, and my dad was over there also. And then my dad had passed away, so at that time it was just a little bit hard, and when things were just crumbling at that time, he had just passed away, and it was too much. So we kind of let it go. But I'm looking to be in the Bay Area soon. Within the next year, I want to be in the Bay Area, the Livermore area or the Antioch area. So that's coming real soon here.
Nice. So those out there in the Bay Area, be excited to have Winners Bingo. It'll still be called Winners Bingo, and then obviously the city that it's at. Okay, cool. Now, let us know a couple of the struggles. So we've been talking about the coming up of it and all the goodies of everything the bingo goes, but what are the struggles that you face, within the industry of being the bingo? I mean, I'm sure you get, if you're thriving like that, I'm sure you got a lot of, I want to say haters, but I guess haters and people, other businesses
haters
maybe.
Or obstocles that you might still be facing today or just every
how do you deal with that, and what is that? You know what I'm saying?
So I'll start back from when I first started. I had a lot of, I wouldn't say I didn't have struggle, but a lot of other people had struggles with me coming in because I was so young. If you go to bingo halls, people that are running the bingos are usually in their 50s, 60s, old school. I started managing and running bingo when I was 29. So a lot of people looked at me like, what is this guy doing? And then I instantly became successful though. And it was just a younger mind frame coming in and doing different things.
Nobody likes a younger mindset, instant success. As you build up, they're going to be like, what am I doing wrong? What is he doing? And just start hating on that. What the hell is this guy doing different?
So I'm probably the youngest bingo operator that I know of. And I've been doing it for a while. And we do get a lot of hate. I would say a lot of it, where we actually get halls that team up to try to go against me.
Oh, really?
It's crazy. He was telling me, I was like, how
bingo politics.
Yeah, like how do you deal with that, man? Yeah.
See, the one thing I've always wanted
like street shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like legal street shit.
Bingo politics.
That's crazy.
I've had a hall come to Stockton try to open. I've had a couple people come to Stockton try to open up against me, and I've always closed down quick. But I had a hall that came to Stockton, opened up. They had another hall in Modesto, and they tried attacking me from both sides. I think they closed down within 5 months. I actually went down there and bought all their equipment from them because they were going out of business. I bought everything about it.
That's the craziest flex.
He's petty.
He's like, hey, I'll help you guys out.
Petty.
How much you need? Oh, $50K. I'll take all that. $20K.
You want to hear petty? So I went to pick up everything, and they said, "Well, can we run bingo one last night? Just let our customers know this and that." I said, "No problem. I'll actually come down and even support you guys." So I get there. They have, I think, about 86 people there. They have no color. They have no money for payouts. So I had me and one of my coworkers with me, and I told the guy that I had just bought all the stuff from, I said, we're not gonna send these customers home. You know what I mean? That's you can't just send customers home and say we don't got enough money to pay you guys this and that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the money up. I'm gonna pay all these payouts for you guys out of my own pocket, and I'm gonna go call. I'll be calling all the games with one thing. I'm gonna give every single one of these customers a free play from my hall. So I went up there, I called the games, did all the payouts. They were happy, gave them all a free play. The next day, my hall was slammed with all these people.
So I like this guy. This guy had the energy. This guy was killing it. He paid us out. Yeah. Sometimes you got to do that investment. You know what I'm saying? You weren't greedy and like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Nah, you thought smart. See, the thing about people, like some people don't think like that. You got to think outside the box when it comes to business moves. You got to be like, let me do something out of the kindness of my heart, the pettiness of my heart to benefit my business in the long run. It might be I might benefit or I might just look like a good guy. Regardless, it is what it is. And you went and did what you had to do.
I don't even think that's that petty. They didn't have the money. They didn't have the money to do it anyway.
I helped them out.
Yeah, you helped them out. You did your thing. You did a good deed, and the deed was paid back.
It wasn't like they were going to open up the next day and I was taking their customers. They were closing down. They were closing.
But that was a smart business move, because you didn't have to put the money out. You could have been like, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna let that shit go. And but you saw an end of like, man, I can gain some new customers and some loyal customers, and that's what you did. You invested your money, took a little loss on that end, and then you gained back.
That's 89 people. A lot of them probably brought a +1. So now that's easily almost 200 people. Yeah.
So you guys out there that are in business or anything, think like that. Think outside the box. Sometimes you got to make a little sacrifice on your end.
Sacrifice. You got to be a critical
money to make
thinker.
money.
Either do some, spend a little money, or do some out of your free time, even though you charge sometimes, just to know that it's going to benefit you in the long run. Whether it does benefit you right away, or at least they see who you are as a business, and they'll eventually come down to your business and do something. So that's definitely something that I think people should take home.
So are there any other bingo business owners that you actually are okay with or cool with? Or
I try to be okay with everybody. I actually really do. And because network's good.
Yeah.
No, I want to be good with everybody. There's some people who are just don't, they honestly, I feel like they don't like me because I'm aggressive and my age. And it's okay that they can feel like that, and I just carry on my own way. Yeah. But there are halls that I get along with also too. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every different county has different types of games, or I know we were talking about this, like, or does like, I know SoCal has a different type of game or restrictions, and Texas and different areas. Like, is there areas that bingo isn't legal, like different cities or states,
or different type of games that you play?
So I went down to Texas. I want to say about 6 months ago, because I was gonna get a license out there and try maybe operate over there. Maybe not now, but later on. So just so I'm set up for it. But they go through everything through the lottery commission over there, which is very strict. They basically want to keep the bingo down because their lottery they want to keep it thriving there. So over there you could only pay out a certain amount of money in a session, and your session can only be so long. So they can only pay out, say, like $5,000 for a session, which I pay out $5,000 in one game. So what they have to do in Texas, it's crazy because they have to rent in the same parking lot. They'll rent a building here, as long as they're not attached, one across and one all in the same parking lot. And they got
so they're like multiple businesses with the same owner running the same game.
A session here,
okay,
and then an hour later over here, an hour later over here, which is wrong because now they have to pick up that rent for this place, and this place.
You have to get more property.
Yes,
or more real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So Texas is. Don't go open a bingo hall.
Don't open a bingo hall.
California is more like the Wild Wild West.
Okay.
And bingo.
Okay. So I know you're saying like, so there's games out there, certain restrictions that you can't bring here, or does it matter, or like how does that go, or like in like SoCal compared to here, is there something different?
There is some restrictions, like us.
And why is that? Why do you think there's those restrictions? Like it's just a game or whatever. Just don't want people to have that.
They just don't want people to have it.
That's all it is.
I can't knock them because I've done the same thing. Where I want the exclusive on this game, where I'm gonna buy everything you got, as long as it goes to me, nobody else.
Oh, okay. So that makes you stand out. Like, oh, he has that type of game, and nobody else. Okay.
Are you free to like create your own game per se?
As far as what?
I don't know. That's
like, you mean like create, like come up with your own ideas?
Like if you're able to come up with your own idea for a game, or do you need to run it by any?
No, as long as you know the laws. So, I mean, if you know the laws, you just got to stay within the laws. Like I create new games all the time. I just created a new one just like 2 days ago, which is like an extended jackpot to a game we have.
Okay.
So it's kind of.
So you got to be creative on your end too. On top of that, so I didn't know that. So you're out there creating games, and then when you create this game, like, is there a manufacturer that you go to like print this stuff out for you, or like, hey, I want this game like this, like that, and then they do it for you, or how does that, or you just like, how does that work?
So how I do it is I usually just go off the what we have, and I create something off of that, because it's kind of hard to go, especially these days, to go off manufacturers, because everything's just so backed up, shipping, everything's just. It's crazy. It's been
supply chain is ugly right now.
Yeah, it's bad. So
like inflation.
Yeah, I usually just go off whatever we have there and create something off of that. That's probably the easiest way of doing it.
Smart, convenient.
Yeah,
convenient, fast.
I can start right then and there.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going back to the person that's won $14,000 in a session.
No shit.
How often do you see? How consistent are people winning like that?
Every day. Not 14,000, but
like in the 5 figures or up there. Like the 5s, the 8,000, the 5,000s,
high 4 figures every single day.
Oh, shit.
I would say that.
High 4 figures every single day.
Yeah.
So people are winning like good money every day. And you guys are open 7 days.
You bring up Nurse Ellie.
Yeah.
Right. Her trip, I think it was a couple months ago. She was there for the weekend, and I think she said she won $17,000 there
in a weekend.
She said that was the most she's ever won.
She's just that skillful, huh?
Shit.
Good luck.
I got the next 2 weeks off of work, man. I might come
tell you, so we're gonna have to pull up.
You might see me every day.
We have to pull up. We're gonna have to pull up. Yep. Damn.
That is crazy.
Damn, that is definitely crazy, man.
But our high point, I guess you could say, is when the pandemic hit. You know, we closed down for 3 months, and I had an idea of opening outside. I actually texted the managers of the nonprofits and let them know my idea. They told me no. So I kind of got in the air. I said, all right. And I kind of got in the air of one of the managers the next day. And he said, all right, let's just try it. So I texted the group again saying, hey, we are going to open up. You guys want to be a part of it? You guys can. Which one group did come and another group didn't come. When we opened up the first day, we didn't know what we're doing. We just said, I'm going to do parking lot bingo. That's how we could do it with the health department. Drive up. We saw your stuff. You sat in your car. We did everything through the radios.
Shit.
We did it like that. We had a caller stand put in the middle of the parking lot with speakers everywhere. And like we had like our first day, like 500 people show up.
Well, people didn't have nothing to do, so like we can go out in our car and stay in our car and play bingo and make money. We need money right now. Everything's closed. So, I mean, shit, that thrived, and you're still doing that now, right?
They're still able to play outside in their car.
People were getting that EDD and that PPP.
Let's flip this. Let me flip this. Let me flip this.
The thing is, though, is that we ran over 24 months outside, fully outside. I started bringing in tents. I did big giant tents. I did 6 of them. So I had, I think, 500 seating underneath tents. We went through rain, 110-degree weather outside, and they came every day. So when it was hot, I mean, I couldn't do much. But when it was
cold,
you
serving drinks and food there at the time, or just
no? At that time, I bring in food trucks.
Oh, okay, so people can just go on and get
Yeah, so it was easier just to bring in food trucks and sit out there, and they could do it. You know, they had it was good with the health department also, because I had to deal with the health department at that moment too. So it was kind of
okay.
So this year, with like inflation and everything, they stopped people's EDD checks. Have you noticed maybe a slight or a big decrease in your daily customers, or have you guys pretty much been maintaining?
We have seen a decrease.
Yeah.
You got to remember too, at the same time, all these halls opened up, opened back up from the pandemic. And then there's a lot of people that thought it was a good thing to open up a new hall when we came back from the pandemic, because it was so good during the pandemic, which a lot of them really didn't work out for them. And they thought they could just, hey, I'm going to open up and do.
Well, a lot of businesses in general opened up in the pandemic, did well, and then
spiked.
Gone.
Yep.
Gone.
But that's with us. That's the thing we do. We've always had a bank. So when we always keep a bank. Like if you're a nonprofit trying to come to winners, I always make sure you have a bank in your account, because we want to make sure you could guarantee all your payouts. You have to guarantee your payouts with our contract to you guys as far as a nonprofit. So you always gotta have that bank and always gotta have that money. So you know when you come to winners, no matter what, because a lot of halls,
so like fuck can't pay you.
Yeah, if you come into some halls and they have a low crowd, they'll drop the payouts.
Winners don't want no losers coming in, man.
Yeah, the winners stand by their name. You know what I'm saying? They legit stand by their name. They got the bank. They always guarantee you payouts. You know what I'm saying?
That's a big thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're staying loyal to your name, to your business, to your customers.
You're protecting yourself too. Yeah. Yep.
So I know we talked about, again, it sounds great, you know, like this thing's interesting. There might be someone out there wants to do this, but like I know there goes a lot of it that goes behind the scenes. I know me and you talked a little bit behind before we did this about it's a lot of numbers to run. You got to stay on top of your shit. Yes. Because it's different. Like obviously, like myself, me running a business, you know, we all do taxes and things like that, and we run it through, you know, end of the year, things like that. But you're doing every single day running numbers, making sure that there's not one thing, because you could be fined for whatever reason. I know we talked about. So let people know, because there might be some people out there and be like, oh, maybe they're saying easy. You're out there thinking.
Yeah, do you do like a number check or a number audit every daily day. Or weekly?
Daily. Every day, bro. Oh, every day I have a sheet that goes out every single
Imagine
day.
doing taxes every day.
So just I'll say this. If you want to get in the business, make sure you have IRS as your best friend, because that's who you're going to deal with every single day.
How many hours does that take to run that?
When he told me that, I was like,
a report.
how?
It's like a report, right? Well,
okay. So let me go back. A lot of people are going to hire a CPA or a bookkeeper to do their stuff. I guess my dad used to do it differently, and I kind of followed his footsteps. He would do it himself, send it over to the bookkeeper or CPA. They would overlook it, and then he would send it back to him. He would overlook it again. So I kind of kept the same thing.
Triple check.
Yeah, because the CPA, I mean, that's their business, but it ain't their business.
And there's no room. There's no room for discrepancies.
If they overlook things, then I mean, it ain't on them.
You get fined for it.
Yeah,
it's on you.
And you get fined for any little thing, right? Any little miss number.
If you forget to put the cost of bags into your session, they'll come after you. Not come after you. They're gonna find you.
They're gonna call you.
And they're gonna find you a lot.
A lot.
You said the bags cost what?
For the session, maybe $80,
and they could fine you up to what?
Whatever they want.
They could be like $80,000 for $80.
Have you ever been fined, and what's the biggest fine you've ever gotten?
I have been. The biggest fine was about a little over $20,000.
For that day, you're like, fuck.
I bet you never made that mistake again.
Never have.
I'm telling y'all, this ain't no joke, man. You got to be on top of the numbers. Bingo ain't just BINGO, man. You gotta stay on top of those numbers, and
it's truly
you gotta pay that whole thing up front. You do a payment plan or what?
You do what you want. You do a payment plan or pay it up front.
Stop answering the phone.
Oh, no, that's the IRS. IRS come lock your whole business down.
Yeah, you told me they lock you up, the business and everything.
They'll put chains on your business and everything. You ain't gonna operate.
They'll come up to your doorstep and be like, "Hello, sir. Where's my check?"
That is crazy.
IRS is like a gang, and they can come to your house, take anything they want. I mean, literally, the TV off your wall, they could take it whatever they want.
This looks expensive. You owe us about $20,000. Let's take this off.
This is about $500.
Yeah, they start making numbers themselves. Damn, that's crazy for sure, man. So obviously you got awesome business out there. It sounds like you got a lot of people supporting it. Big TikTok following. You know, I know you said you got the potentially opening a second one in the Bay Area. Look forward to that. And I definitely, me and Frankie look like we're about to go out there and try to play some bingo and try to win. Let us know when the biggest payout we're coming. We're gonna put all our money in it.
If I don't win, at least I know I'll get drunk.
Yeah, for sure. And then obviously I know you said you guys serve food. Let's break that down too. Like you guys have music playing in the background, all that. You guys
what are we eating?
Yeah, what are we eating out there? You know what I'm saying? We in filet mignon, surfing turf.
I wish.
You know, I know you told me that you guys had something going, but you're switching up the menu.
We're gonna be switching up the menu as far as the first of the year.
And then what kind of stuff are you looking to do? And then I mean, who do you go on by hiring, like certain chefs, or you just know people already that do that work? Or
we have some people now, but I am looking for a main chef.
Okay, any chef out there? Once you hear this, you trying to be out here. You trying to be a winner. You trying to make some winter dinner? Oh yeah, you hit up my boy Frank. I mean, what would you want to serve there if you have the ability to do it? Like, I mean, you guys have a full kitchen too.
We have a full kitchen. I would like to just serve a nice dinner, but at the same time finger foods, because if you're playing bingo, you want to pick your food.
Yeah, you don't got time.
Yeah, you don't got time.
You're looking at. You should look at like Spanish restaurants. They do tapas, like tapas. All the tapas, like you should look into that's like I love that shit. Yeah, tapas. We're going to bring some tapas to Winners Bingo. We got that.
There we go.
For sure. All right. Well, any last things you got to let the people know, man? Any last, words of encouragement, promote your business to, let them know.
Come check us out. Winners Bingo in Stockton. We're located at the San Joaquin County Fairgrounds. Or you can follow us at Winners Bingo Stockton on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
For sure, man. All right, man. Frankie, let them know how they find you.
Hey, you could holler at me at BTS Frankie. TikTok and Instagram is what I be on. And,
You heard it here first. And then Ray Gonzalez, 3 Z's at the end on Instagram, TikTok. And you guys can check us out at Savage Elite Fitness. Need some fitness training here at Savage Elite. See you guys on the next episode. All right. Bye.
Deuce.